does anybody really go into what they study in college, right? So my undergraduate degree was in international business, which is not design, but it certainly has been helpful to me now running my own company. I've sort of always had an affinity for design. I grew up with this mother who really had this love for creating special moments, and whether it was decorating the table for a family dinner or a holiday or going that extra mile to make the birthday party theme all come to life, she really created an experience for me growing up, for a really love of decorating. She gave me this awesome gift when I was a tween for a birthday of working with a decorator to redo my bedroom and bathroom. And I had such fun with that process, picking out fabrics and paint and wallpaper. I remember I wanted this duvet, this like fluffy duvet. And when my room was installed, I did not get my fluffy duvet. It was beautiful, but I thought to myself, when I do this, if I do this, I'm going to do it right. I kept coming back to design, and as luck had it, I had a family member who had just got a condo in Palm Beach. And so I stopped working for the company that I did not like, moved to Palm Beach for a short while to decorate this condo. I was very green to the process, obviously, but was just working with a lot of in-stock things to make it look good and livable. I was able to secure an internship while I was there with Gill Walsh, and she's amazing. And that was really what kicked this possibility of a career in design into gear for me. You know, she introduced me to the worlds of de Gournay and Manuel Canavas and Stella Mondre, and it was this really, truly like emotional connection. I secured a job in New York City with a top firm, and it was the hardest thing I have ever done. It was the best decision I've ever made. I learned everything I know from that position and that time in the city, and shortly after decided to start my own firm. So it was really just an evolution of taking risks, believing in myself, but really staying true to that fact, like, hey, I know I want to be in this and I'm going to stick with it. They say that New Yorkers, this is this like cliche quote, right? Like they say that New Yorkers are born all over the world and they don't know they're New Yorkers till they get there. I had never fit in my whole life. I'd always felt like, I don't know, I couldn't quite feel like I was in my zone. I didn't ever find my tribe, so to speak, until I moved to the city. And I really just felt like at home. And a lot of people move there and it's too intense, or they don't like it, or this or that. I loved it. I loved the old lady cussing at me on the sidewalk to move over. I loved the culture there. It's just amazing. There's nothing like it anywhere else. The two toughest things I've found are really learning how to grow your company at an appropriate pace without losing the ability to execute for your clients and not letting any responsibilities fall through the cracks. I've been very, very intentional about the growth and how I've chosen to grow my business. And that has really served me well, because at the end of the day, it's your relationships that matter. And if you disappoint people in order to become, a bigger firm, or to kind of feed your ego and grow too quickly, then that can be very problematic. The challenge for me that I didn't really expect has been kind of just feeling a little bit lonely. I don't have any friends that are my age that are have their own companies that are in this industry, I should say, that are so small as mine. And I really miss a lot of that camaraderie that came with being a senior designer and working in a firm and turning to your right or left and bouncing things off one another, laughing about things. So it can be a little bit lonely at times. And I know that that will change as we continue to grow. I've been lucky enough to have a lot of referrals, and it kind of just starts with one. The process for me was get one client, do it really well, make them happy, photograph it, and then leverage that to get the next. I'm a worker bee, so I have no problem asking for the order. And if there is someone that I know or know of that I would like to work with in some capacity, I don't have a problem reaching out and asking. It's not one period that I like, because every type of design is always inspired by something before it, right? So I love a one-of-a-kind French antique, honestly, just as much as I do, a gorgeous new piece that was made in a contemporary style. So although I specialize in contemporary and use a lot of modern pieces, I do really look to the past. Throughout history, honestly, I have an appreciation for just beautiful things. If I wasn't an interior designer, I would be one of two things. I would either be a floriculturist and cultivate like gorgeous roses. I would love to be the American female David Austin because I love Juliet roses. Or I would be a chef. And oddly enough, my husband and I were talking about this the other day. We were watching an interview with a chef. There are so many similarities of skill sets and personality traits between interior designers and really serious chefs that you don't think about, but they are there. You have to work under pressure. You have to present something that's not only delicious and exciting, but also aesthetically beautiful to present. And you have to kind of have this hustle. And you can't just spend all day doing one dish. You've got to keep cranking out the dishes, and you hold yourself to really high standards, and you're very detail oriented, and it has to be specific and perfect. And so I would either be a floriculturist or a serious chef.